2006 Toyota Matrix valve cover replacement. I'm Brian Eslick from How To Automotive, and I'm going to walk you through that process. So we're going to start by removing the top engine cover, a couple bolts here, and then there's some clips in the back that just press on, so take those out. Now that we have the cover off, we're going to unplug all of our coils and take all the 10mm bolts out. To unplug the coils, one of the best ways to do these is to push inwards towards the coil, and then with your thumb push the tab and pull up on it. And if that doesn't work, you can get a little pocket screwdriver and slightly pry up the tip of the because sometimes it just doesn't want to clear the little thing and it gets stuck or hung up on it. So like that. Okay, there's also going to be a couple 10mm bolts or nuts that you're going to have to remove that holds the wiring harness down. So go ahead and remove those. They won't allow the coil to come out on the last two here. So go ahead and remove those, and then the whole harness will come up and you can get the rest of the coils out and set those all aside. So now that we got the wire loom unbolted and the coils out, you want to remove the squeeze clamps here and pull the hose off here, and pull the vent hose off here. Pull that one off. You want to rotate the 10mm bolt that holds this wire loom on. This one happens to be broken. If it's not broken, what you can do, I've already popped this one open, but you can take a tool, like a pick tool like this, and stick it in the slot and twist it like that, and it'll pop the wire loom open. And then you pull it and get it out of your way. Now you can get to the bolt here and go ahead and remove that one too. Now that you've got all the bolts off, you can take a pry bar, put it under the thing, and pry the valve cover up, and remove it from the car. Now that we got the valve cover off, we need to clean our mating surfaces. So you're going to use rags and stuff, and if you can see, there's dirt buildup on the edge of the lips. So when you wipe it off, you want to wipe away from the cylinder head. You don't want that dirt falling in. So wipe away, or if you're using brake clean, spray it in a way where it goes away, or drains away from the cylinder head. And inside the tubes, yours may or may not have filled up with oil, depending on how your valve cover is leaking or needing to replace. So the way I like to get that out is I'll fill this tube up with, I'll spray brake clean in here, and I'll fill it up, and then I'll use my compressed air and I'll blow it out. And I'll do that a couple times, and then after that I'll actually remove the spark plug. If it's really bad, I'll remove the spark plug and then wipe everything, the spark plug off, and then put it back in, and or change the spark plug itself. So as you can see, only one of mine is really leaking. So go ahead and clean the surfaces up. So now that the cylinder head is all cleaned up, now it's time to clean the valve cover itself, remove all the old gasket material from the tube seals, and give it a good bath, wash. You can use brake clean, parts washer, pressure washer, whatever your choice is, but get it all nice and cleaned up. And now you're going to transfer your new gasket onto the valve cover here. So the gasket I'm using came from Felpro, and it's a one-piece gasket. So you put it on, it just presses into the slots. Just press it in and give it walk around with your hands and make sure it's in there pretty good. Now you're going to take the valve cover and set it on top of the cylinder head, and you're also going to change. It's going to come with new grommets for the bolts from here in the center. Change those out too. So now we're going to transfer this over. So we'll slip it on. So now that you got the valve cover back on, I like to take a mirror and look behind there and make sure that my gasket didn't fall off. And the cool thing is, if you use the Felpro one, they come with that bright blue one, so it's easy to see all the way around. So you'll check it, make sure it didn't slip off anywhere all the way around. And then once you're confident that the gasket's in the right place and didn't slip off when you put it in, then you can go ahead and put the bolts in, and you'll tighten the bolts from the center. So what I like to do is tighten the center bolt here, and then tighten here, 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 and then do the same thing with this one here, 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 and tighten them all down. So when I do my final torque down with my with valve covers on these, they'll only crush so much and then they stop. So I just use a little short 1/4 inch ratchet. Actually, this is a 3/8 drive, but it's a shorty, or a 1/4 inch drive, and then just tighten it until it's, you know, you can feel it. You can feel the gasket crush down. You can feel it crush down a little bit, and you just kind of do it by feel, and you don't want to over tighten these things. So tighten the valve covers down, like I said, from the crisscross pattern. And once you get that done, you can go ahead and put your coils back in and put the 10mm bolts back on. Then you can put the wiring harness back on and put the bolts that went in there and plug the coils back in. So now that you got your coils all bolted back up, the wiring harness back up, go ahead and bolt or plug in your hoses and put the clamps back on, the 2 vent hoses, and any wire loom that you may have disconnected, go ahead and put those back on and reconnect them. And after that, you can put the top cover back on, and then you'll be done with the job. And I wanted to show you the part numbers for the valve cover on this. This is the Felpro part numbers, and that pretty much completes the job on a 2006 Toyota Matrix. I'm Brian Eslick from How To Automotive, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and remind you to subscribe.